The next issue in the debate with Ijaz Ahmed and the others is that Hamza challenged me, give me anything that you can refute or disagree with. And then we talked about the last ending of Mark. Though we were talking about the Gospel of John, I was asked specifically about the New Testament. So I mentioned the last ending of Mark, that there were many manuscripts, if not thousands of manuscripts, that have the last ending of Mark in. And that Ijaz scholarship, when it critiques the last ending of Mark, is biased. And then I made the point that most of the text that modern scholars use, if not all of the main text, is from Egypt, where it was influenced by Gnosticism. So the earliest texts, the Sinaiticus and Vaticanus, are from Egypt. And modern scholars don't want to look at all the manuscripts when it comes to the last end of Mark. Now, he mentioned a few other manuscripts, saying it wasn't just 2 against 5,000. But the point what I was trying to get at is the main issue here is a theory from Westcott and Hort that says the oldest manuscripts are the most important. And they bracketed these Egyptian manuscripts, which were 2. And modern scholars today, even most eminent ones, though they will say lip service, they use other texts, the reality is that they just use Sinaiticus and Vaticanus to say the last ending of Mark's not in. That's the reality of it. Because in modern textual criticism, these are the sacred cows. These are the sacred theory within modern scholarship that Sinaiticus and Vaticanus must be adhered to. And I'm just saying, well, they're from Egypt, and most of the scholarship that you're doing is from Egypt. Why don't you take a wider spectrum of text? Now, they asked me for the oldest manuscript, and I couldn't remember, but I gave them a book, and I read from that book, and they were laughing, and they were very childish. But to answer them, you have Codex Alexandrius, 400 to 440, Codex Beza, 400 AD, Codex Ephremi Rescriptus, 450, Codex Vaticanus has a blank column showing that they knew it was there. The majority and Byzantine text, which is 1200, Group Family 13, the Vulgate, the Peshtite, the Gothic, Codex A, C, D, W, etc. My point was that Westcott and Hort, modern scholarship, use a theory that the oldest is the best. And I quoted from their own book that is on his site, A Beginner's Companion to Arabic Manuscripts by Muntazir Zaman Qalam. I mentioned their book, that they were on their website, that says in Islamic scholarship, the oldest does not necessarily mean the best. And that is the point that I was making, that there was biased scholarship there. And the other thing that I wanted to say is the Allen text. Allen didn't believe in all the New Testament as the Word of God. He believed some of the books were not meant to be there. And yet Ijaz Hamid uses this Nestle Greek text to Allen text to attack the Bible. Yet he would not allow that kind of scholarship, saying that there are certain surahs not in the Quran. He would not take any scholar seriously on that issue. And yet he does the same. He's contradicting himself, using this Allen Nestle to attack the New Testament, when some of these guys didn't even believe all the Bible was the Word of God. So there's a duplicity and an inconsistency in his methodology that he's not willing to answer there.